Hello everybody and welcome to my Java video tutorial series on YouTube. My name is Jackson Bement and I'm here to introduce you to the programming language of Java. During this video we'll be starting up BlueJ or whatever program you're using for the very first time, and we'll be going over some of the very basics of code. Some of these basics include classes, Java applications, and printing. Before we start, I want you guys to know that an application is a regular program. These regular programs or applications are run on computers primarily, and that's what we're going to be working with. But there's also applets, which are little Java applications. These applets are usually used on web browsers, but can be used on desktops as well. But for right now, we're working with regular applications. So first, let's open up BlueJ. Here it goes, BlueJ, BlueJ, BlueJ. It's not on my screen. Let me just pop that over real quick. There's BlueJ. All right. We're going to go to New Class. We're going to click on, or we're going to type in MyFirstProgram. Hit enter. All right, and you see this little thing popped up. You can double click on that, or you can right click, either way, and then click Open Enter, and then it'll come up. All right, and so all this code in here, this colorful stuff that shows up, is kind of like the very it's a sample that BlueJ offers. So we can delete most of this. All we want to leave in here is public class MyFirstProgram. All right. So public tells us that this class or this program is open to other objects. So if we had another class up here, so if we had MyFirstProgram and then we had MySecondProgram, the fact that this is public means that it can be accessed, and these objects or classes can interact with each other in different ways. That's why it's public. Second of all, we're typing class, and then we're typing the name of the class, which can be anything really. We could call this Hello World, and then compile, and you see the name up here changes to Hello World. For now, we're just going to leave My First Program. All right, cool. Everyone good with that? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to type in a main method. Now, a Java application program is a class with a method named main, and this is what we're about to create. So we're going to type in public, again, to make sure it's accessible by other areas, static, void, main, and then parenthesis, string, capitalized string, and then regular brackets, and then args, which stands for arguments. And then we're going to close, do a curly bracket, enter twice, and then do a curly bracket. Alright, and so now we should have the class, and then this yellow part inside with the public static void main string args is a method. It is specifically the main method in Java. Now, main methods are what control other methods, other objects, other classes in Java. It's kind of like if we had a remote control car, the main method is the person controlling the remote which controls the car, if that makes sense. Okay, so before we get into any more code, I just want to cover real quick. The public, again, is accessed by other methods, can access other methods, etc. Static. Static means that this section, this method, can be accessed by a class. In this situation, MyFirstProgram is accessing or initiating or calling the static class. Void means that it's not returning any arguments, and then the main string args we'll talk about later, and we'll go into all this in a little more detail. We're going to start off by typing system, capitalized, .out.println, and then a parenthesis, and then a quote, and then we can type whatever we want, but I'm going to type hello world, period, and then a quote, and then another parenthesis, and then a semicolon. Now this line right here is called a statement, and you end statements specifically with a semicolon. Alright, now when printing a statement like this, it is called invoking or calling the method. In this situation, we're calling or invoking the main method. Alright, the part in the parentheses is called the arguments. So right here we have arguments. Same thing up here. We typed in args for arguments. And then invoking a method is also sometimes called sending a message to an object. So now we're going to compile this, which is kind of like saving and making sure that it all works and everything goes together. And it says class compiled, no syntax errors at the bottom, so there's no errors, there's no problems. Then we're going to right click on our program and we're going to void main string args. And once we do this, we'll say yes, MyFirstProgram.main. This means we're initiating or we're using running the main method. We're telling it to go, and we're going to click OK. And then outprints hello world. Cool stuff. All right, this is a very simple program. One thing to keep in mind is that code is very specific. All programming languages are pretty dang specific. So if you mistype anything, it'll give you an error. For instance, if I remove a period and then I try to compile, it highlights it in red, and then it says cannot find symbol method outprint line, because that doesn't work. It's just wrong. So we have to make sure that we type this out perfectly. For the rest of this time, I want you guys to experiment with different things you can type in here. You can type in a variety of things like hi, or my name is, and then whatever your name is. I want you to just experiment with the types of things you can print. I want you to experiment with the code, see what kind of things you can change. For instance, can I remove these quotes and then type hello and then have it print something? And then compile? No, it gives me an error. Can I put in a number? Compile? Yes, it does compile with a number. All right, and then we can see that when we print this, it prints 1. So numbers work, but words or letters or characters don't. So I just want you guys to continue to experiment with this. Experiment with some other parts. Maybe try to take out certain lines or characters or letters. See what you can do up here in these parentheses. What happens if you type in, arguments instead of arg, et cetera, et cetera. So I want you guys to play around with this, practice, learn. One thing to keep in mind is that during this video you guys will be going along with a program called CodeCademy, which is an online source to help teach you guys different technology or softwares. I'll be having you guys go through those tutorials to just practice and learn and get a better handle of Java. Hey guys, welcome to CodeCademy. This is the program that I'm going to be having you guys go through along with the video tutorials to help you practice and learn and just get a better grasp of the Java tutorial series. Now, I am at CodeCademy's website, and I am at the Learn Java program, and it's a course. It's a free course that they offer once you have an account, and you can click Let's Go. It'll take you there and take you here and show you the program, and you get to see. It'll go through, it'll ask you to do specific things, and you guys will just be working on this side by side as you go through the videos. So for this video, I'm going to have you guys go through the very first lesson, which is printing out your name. Alrighty, so now that you guys have had a chance to practice a little bit, mess with the code, and potentially use CodeCademy, we're going to do our quiz. To start us off with our quiz, the first question is, what's the difference between a Java application and a Java applet? And our second question is, what is a Java application program? And what code is used to make this? As always, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.